this political vendetta or Operation Cleanup? Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, supports the Aam Aadmi Party, joining us here on the show. Abhishek Dutt, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Ashutosh, senior journalist, political analyst, and PKD Nambiar, political analyst and BJP supporter. Ashutosh, coming first to you. The Aam Aadmi Party may be alleging that it's vendetta, but would you say that with one minister already in jail, another one being accused, and accused number one in the CBI FIR, is there trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party?
No, yes, Ma. I think it's a very serious trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party, and maybe this could lead to arrest of Manish Sisodia, because the registration of FIR late in the evening and along with other officers, that suggests that there is going to be some decisive move by the CBI. What I could foresee is that Manish can be arrested. And see, in this case, this can be interpreted either way. Either way means what? Why only the opposition leaders are being targeted by the enforcement agencies? Why only CBI Enforcement Directorate is targeting Manish Sisodia, Satinder Jain, and all other political leaders belonging to the opposition camp? But there is another angle to the story also. The story is very simple in that sense, that the liquor policy, which has been initiated by the Delhi government, why the Delhi government has withdrawn that liquor policy. Why the Manish Sisodia held a press conference and said that if there is any irregularity, the Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Anil Bajaj, has to be blamed for. So, whereas earlier the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying and categorically saying that this is to increase the revenue share by more than 2,000 crores. And then they admitted in the press conference that maybe if there is a loss of revenue, it is because of something else. So I think this turnaround by the AAP government is a serious trouble, because now they need to explain that if there is an irregularity, and if irregularity was done as they alleged by Anil Bajaj, being a Lieutenant Governor and helping BJP leaders, then why did they not protest then and then only? They should have protested. They should have said something. They should have objected to that. But they did not object then. So now if they're holding a press conference and blaming him, that means there is something wrong somewhere.
All right. So basically what you're saying is that the turnaround has cost the Aam Aadmi Party. Ravi Srivastava, I want to bring you in over here. If the Aam Aadmi Party had stuck to its stand as far as the liquor policy is concerned, excise policy is concerned, do you think if they had brazened it out, they would have been in a better situation now? Because since morning, this is the question the BJP is asking: why was the policy withdrawn? And they are explaining, but doesn't seem enough now at the moment.
See, Maha, it is all on the expected lines. I hope you recall that as early as in the January 2022, Arvind Kejriwal had predicted that Manish Sisodia will be arrested for some reason or the other, whichever may be the case. As far as the excise policy is concerned, somehow I have understood that the excise policy was not bad at all. This is an implementation which causes certain kind of apprehensions which should be inquired, which should be probed. As far as the policy is concerned, I recall I have lived in Delhi for several decades and I have seen the kind of liquor dispensation was there in Delhi. It was horrible. There used to be a law and order situation. The barricaded shops were there. People were falling over each other and all those things. And right now I am in a city like Bangalore, which has got swanky liquor shops. And it's a BJP ruled state. And first class, there are people who go inside, the women go by the liquor, they sit over there, they taste it. Everything is very, very free over here. There is no law and order situation at all. So I think there was some vested interest right from the Congress days earlier, and the BJP people whose interest was crushed because of this new policy.
All right,
and that is why their
but that's not what the CBI
believes,
because suspected offences include falsification of accounts as well against the liquor policy that is being probed at the moment. But PKD Nambiar, the Aam Aadmi Party still continues to say this is pure vendetta, and the CBI is a mere tool in the hands of the BJP to break the back of the Aam Aadmi Party, especially ahead of the crucial assembly polls. Is that what it is?
Well, Maha, this is the first time Aam Aadmi Party is not going to get any sympathy gain, because this whole government of Aam Aadmi Party, now I would rather say it has become Arvind's advertising and publicity company. So I think if the publicity, PR and marketing works to a certain extent, to make give a feel-good factor to the common man who feels that they are getting something or the other free. Even they are getting or not, it is a different game altogether. But beyond a point, these fake narratives will not work. And today, even in the press conference or in the address by the Arvind,
they are comparing the situation to Gujarat. They are saying that in Gujarat, spurious liquor is being sold. People are dying. Liquor in a dry state is easily available. Why is there no investigation? Why is the CBI not going and investigating what's happening in Gujarat?
See, there is no comparison between both the two incidents. One place there is a spurious liquor so are being sold or bought by the people, and a large number of people have died. That is a different case altogether.
No, but it's a dry state. They are saying there is illegal liquor business happening there.
It has nothing to do with this particular. Here is a scam and the corruption charges which we are talking about. What all I am saying is that the fake narrative will not work for a longer time. The reason being, there are two statements which keep every press conference, every discussion in the Aam Aadmi Party spokespeople or even in Arvind Kejriwal says only two things. The best schools, world-class health. And world-class hospitals, we all have seen during the COVID time how it has crumbled down. It has become one of the worst in the country. And even with Ashutosh, he has really explained even the liquor policy very well. That is that the job of a government to sell liquor and as the real main revenue for any particular party? I don't think that is not the role of government. The government's role is not to sell and make money out of liquor. It may be a good governance is to have
but they are saying they increase the revenue. They are saying they increase the revenue by 27% and they would use this for other important sectors where they work in education and health. But let me go across to Abhishek Dutt, then I'll come back to Ashutosh. Abhishek Dutt, the Congress has also been attacking the Aam Aadmi Party over the liquor policy. But the Aam Aadmi Party, as I was pointing out, continues to claim there was no corruption. Is the same Congress party that alleges that ED and CBI are tools of the government to attack the opposition today saying that these raids are justified?
You know, all cases are very different. You can't club all the cases and see them with the same eye. Specifically about this liquor policy, this is a show cause notice which was issued by the Excise Department to Indospirit. You will be surprised to know Indospirit was I'm just giving you an example of the kind of fraud they've done. Indospirit was blacklisted by the Excise Department. There were two directors in Indospirit, Sameer Mahendru and Gitika Mahendru. So they opened up another company where Gitika Mahendru's father, mother and brother were formed director, clubbed through Indospirit. There is a whole chain and these are the notices which were earlier issued by the Excise Department. The point here is very specific. During COVID lockdown, when people of Delhi were dying due to pathetic hospital facilities in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal ji, Manish Sisodia ji and Satyendra Jain ji, instead of going to Delhi government hospitals, were admitted in Max Hospital because they never trusted the Delhi government hospital, but they were formulating a liquor policy benefiting few people of Delhi. How were they benefit? And when you talk about sales, why were the sales going up? They insisted to reduce the age of alcohol drinking from 25 to 21, reduce the number of dry days from 23 to 3. At the same time, the time extension to 3 a.m. midnight was allowed by the Delhi government. What was the scam?
Are you questioning the ethics of the policy, or are you also suggesting that there was corruption?
Yes, I will tell you what the scam was. I'll tell you what see, under the new excise policy drafted by the Delhi government was supposed to take a viability report from the Delhi Excise Department and Delhi Police whether opening up of 2 liquor store per municipal ward is allowed. Can it happen or not? They boycotted that. Refunding 140 crore rupees to these liquor people in Delhi during lockdown, they allowed that. 40 crore rupees of L1 license fees. 1 second, 40 crore rupees L1 was refunded at the airport, which was not allowed. And all these decisions were solely taken by Mr. Manish Sisodia.
Okay, let me go across to Ashutosh. Let me go across to Ashutosh. Now, Ashutosh, you have already predicted in some sense a very pessimistic picture for the Aam Aadmi Party. They're saying that you see that Manish Sisodia could be arrested. How is it going to play out for the Aam Aadmi Party, especially in the run-up to the crucial Gujarat elections and Himachal elections? At least in Gujarat, the Aam Aadmi Party was very hopeful. What happens to them now? Because this is a direct attack on their clean image, the plank on which they formed this entire party from an anti-corruption movement. Ashutosh, you'll have to unmute yourself, please.
In Gujarat and in Himachal Pradesh, and both the states, Aam Aadmi Party is going to is trying to open its account, and in both the states, it is the BJP and the Congress against whom they will be fighting the battle. So obviously, it's very clear that the BJP and the Congress Party both will attack Aam Aadmi Party on this particular issue. But whether will it cut the ice with the voters, I do not know. Neither in Himachal Pradesh nor in Gujarat, Aam Aadmi Party is a very serious contender. But in both the places, and especially in Gujarat, Aam Aadmi Party might cut votes of BJP, because if you remember correctly, during the municipal election in Surat, it was Aam Aadmi Party who had scored big wins there. And Surat has been a very stronghold of BJP. And in the last assembly election, the Congress did very well in the rural areas, where at the urban center, especially 6 cities, it is the BJP which has stupendous success over there. So if Aam Aadmi Party gets votes in urban centers as expected, then the BJP will have a serious trouble over there, and the Congress might benefit. So this incident, I can very well relate to, that this will be used as discrediting Aam Aadmi Party, the brand which Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal is, and they will be projected as one of the as not somebody who is very honest, but like any other political party or any other political leader. So if they go with that, whether this will really impact voters, whether this will really dent Aam Aadmi Party's brand, I do not know for that, because Arvind Kejriwal is a very smart communicator, like Mr. Modi is. So look how he has given an entire turnaround, given a spin to the entire thing. That since this story about education is published in New York Times, and that's why BJP is trying to hurt them. So there is already a great communication happening. So I do not see much Aam Aadmi Party is going to be affected in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. But yes, the attempt will be to discredit him in the party.
Very quickly, 30 seconds is all we are left with. I want to ask you, do you think that is the reason you said Arvind Kejriwal is a smart player? Do you think that is why he himself predicted that Manish Sisodia will also now go to jail?
Because he was known to it that it is going to happen.
If you remember correctly, before Satinder Jain was arrested, he was predicted that Satinder Jain can be arrested. And after that, Manish Sisodia also.
The question is, who is the mastermind of all this corruption?
This is called ambush communication.
Who is the mastermind of all the corruption? That's the question.
To the voters that, look, I know my ministers, my party men are going to be victimized by the government, and that's why.
Ashutosh, you are an old colleague of Arvind Kejriwal. Now you tell me who could be the potential mastermind of all these corruption. One minister already in the jail for last 1.5 to 2 months, and the second one is on his way to the jail. And the corruption charges, the party which comes with the concept of anti-corruption movement, today facing the biggest corruption charges in the country.
How
false narrative and the typical paid PR exercise is going to save this government for how long? New York Times, the article, a front page article on a Delhi government school.
But that has been clarified. PKD Nambiar, that's been clarified. That article was taken by Khalij Times. There is no confusion about that anymore. I will have to wrap up this discussion here. I know everybody has a lot to say. This is not just an issue of alleged corruption and raids, but this is very politically intertwined with the upcoming assembly elections as well.